Are you enjoying your life? Are you enjoying your life? Are you happy that you're alive today? Do you wake up in the morning, sit up and say, "Thank you, Lord, buhay pa ako"? Do you do that? Or are you part of the millions of Filipinos who wake up early in the morning and say, "Aray na po, balakang ko, ulo ko, sana hindi na ako nagising"? Maraming tao, they just live, but they don't enjoy life. Our hope is that when people take our products, hindi na nakakabangon, nakahiga lang, makakabangon na. Yung bumabangon lang, makakatayo na. Yung nakatatayo lang, lalakad. At yung naglalakad lang, sasakay ng jeep. Tumatakbo na. A better quality of life. Hindi ibig sabihin ng optimum. Kung ma-improve lang natin yung nararamdaman nyo, then it's worth it. Second, our goal is not just to help people with their physical aspect. The second word here is holistic. Spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Dapat buong tao. Most people may be physically well, but are mentally and socially ill. They're paranoid. Tignan mo sila. Pagkakatingin, mainit ang ulo agad. Irritable, high blood. Di ba? They're not healthy. Dito, I would like you to be healthy, body, mind, and spirit. And that the journey towards health is a daily journey. Health is not a finish line that you reach and say, "Tadaan, nandito na ako sa finish line, healthy na ako." No. Health is a daily journey, a daily struggle. And in order to win that battle, you need 3 or 4 things in your life. Number 1, you want to be healthy all the time, you start having positive attitude. That's number 1. Take away your negative energy. Positive mind and heart. Di ba? Kaya dito in DXN, ang bati natin ay always, kahit hapon, kahit kahit hating gabi, kasi paalala yun eh. Pag nalulungkot na yung tao, good morning, napapangiti. Hope. You know, we have studied, many scientists have found out that the number 1 killer today in this millennium is no longer a bacteria. At the start of the millennium, the number 1 killer was tuberculosis. But towards the end of the millennium, the number 1 killer is stress. Di ba? Agree? Naku, stress kills a lot of people. Stress makes people worry a lot, worry enough to produce ulcers, hypertension, and yes, even cancer. Di ba? Kausapin mo yung mga kaibigan nyo kayo. Pare, kamusta ka na? Eto, buhay pa. Ganun na lang eh. Parang hirap-hirap sa buhay. Stress. Eh bakit naman hindi maraming stress ang Pilipino? Eh ang dami niyang, ito sakit ng Pilipino, utang-itis. Dami ang utang. Hindi nyo ba? Eh noong una mo noon, ang binabayaran lang ng tao eh, tubig, kuryente, upa sa bahay. Eh ba ngayon, meron pang cable, credit card, telepono, IDD, NDD, DDD, ano ba yan? Caller waiting, caller forwarding, caller whatever. Tapos, hindi pa yung may hinuhulugan pa. Tapa. Smile a lot. Di ba? Look at the people who are sick. Karamihan na may sakit. They're so hopeless. They're so down. Kamusta ka na? Eto, sana namatay na ako kagabi. Tapos papasok ka. Remember, every DXN distributor is a giver of hope. You go and knock at their door and you say, "Naku, Mare, today is a wonderful day for you." Bakit? Meron akong tulong na bibigay sa iyo. RGGN. Kung maganda yun, ngingiti sila, "Naku, may pag-asa pa pala ako." Kaya dapat bawat sa inyo matuto magbigay ng positive energy. Alamin nyo naman yung produkto. Hindi ikaw mismo, distributor, hindi mo alam kung yung produkto, pupunta ka rin, katok ka. "Naku, Mare, may sakit ka pala. O ito, inumin mo. Ano ba ito? Ewan. Gagaling ba ako diyan? Baka. Basta inumin mo. Sigurado ko dyan, maybe. Ano ba yan? Ikaw ba nagdala ng negative energy? Come on. Good morning is a positive way of reminding, di ba? That there should be positive energy in DXN. So yung mga nakasimangot, hindi naman. Tanggalin yung negative energy. Of course, number 2, we've got to change our lifestyle. Somebody asked me, many years ago, or months ago, Doc, if your product is so good, I will not stop my vice. Hindi ko natigil yung aking paninigarilyo. I'll keep on doing it, and I'll keep on doing it, and I'll just drink your product. At mawawala yung buko. Challenge. Sabi ko, teka. Ang gamot, ito hindi gamot, hindi ito, ang RGGL po, hindi bato ni Darna. Na ilululun mo, susubo mo, lululun mo, sisigaw, Darna! Bukas magaling ka na. No. It's a food supplement that cleanses our body. But if you don't stop drinking it, the work of the RGGL will never be finished. Do we get the point? We have to subscribe to healthy living and healthy eating and food supplements. Yan po ang nagbibigay sa atin ng victory over illnesses. And the road of health requires these 4 things. So pag kayo nag-recommenda ng RGGL, wag naman yung puro RGGL lang. Paano ba ako gagaling? RGGL. Paano ako ng high blood ko? RGGL. No, you also recommend positive attitude. What else? Change your lifestyle. What else? And then RGGL. So many people come back to us and say, wala namang kwenta yung RGGL. Hindi na wala yung high blood ko. Bakit? Umiinom ako ng RGGL. Tumigil ka ba ng pagkain ng chicharon? Kailangan ba yun? No. Kailangan eh. Subscribe to all 4 to have your goal of health. Alright? All DXN distributors should know this by mind and by heart. Do you agree? Yes. So ano kailangan? Positive attitude. What else? Nutrition and... Alright. Wonderful. Now, bakit nagkakasakit ang tao? Let me just talk to you about this. Okay? Ano bang dahilan kung bakit nagkakasakit ang tao? I have studied for many years. To become a doctor of medicine, you have to study for at least 10 years. And I have been studying for 15 years. And after so many years of studying, I am still perplexed. I still scratch my head. Ano nga bang dahilan? Until I learned about natural medicine. And in natural medicine, it simplifies things. One of the main reasons why we get sick is an entity called Greek word. Galing sa Greek word ng ibig sabihin, poison. At ano ang toxin? It is anything that is in your body that should not be there. That's how I define it. Anything that is in your body that should not be there. Hindi dapat nariyan. Poison yan. And there are 2 kinds of poisons. I call this the living poisons and the non-living poisons. Ano ho yung living? Ay, alam nyo na yun. Virus, bacteria, fungi, bulate, parasite. Sa Tacloban ho, meron isang matandang mama, payat, namumutla at naghihingalo na. Ang sabi ng mga anak, naku si tatay, aalis na yata. Sa takot nila, kumuha sila ng isang mug. Nilagyan ng 3-in-1 coffee. Nilagyan ng black coffee. Nilagyan ng spikety. Nilagyan ng RG, GL. Shampoo na lang ang kulang. Nilagyan ng mainit na tubig. Pinainom sa tatay. Within 2 hours, the father began to vomit and expelled 2 very large, very long ascaris worms. Pataas normal yung tatay. Yun lang pala ang dahilan. Bulati. Kala nyo ba bata na nakakabulati? Matanda rin ho. Believe it or not, ilan sa inyo rito may inaalagaan. Baka sawa pa. These are toxins. And every day, they are here to see to it that your life will be miserable. Thousands of bacteria and viruses invade you every day. Now, meron din non-living toxins. Ano yun? These are chemicals that we find in nature. Chemicals that touch us. Sabon, lotion, cream, ano pa yung kahit nyo? Sa katawan nyo. Lahat yun. Or, chemicals that you inhale. Lead, tampucho, carbon monoxide, di ba? Polluted air. And speaking of polluted air, alam niyo ba ang Metro Manila ang second worst polluted city in the world? Do you know that? You know, when I started to give this lecture, Metro Manila was number 4. But congratulations, fellow Metro Manilans. We are now promoted to keep it up, we will be. And do you know what that means? It means this. A scientist compared it to something like this. Sabi niya, if you are going to travel from Monumento to Baclaran, and you're going to pass through EDSA, and you're riding a vehicle, a bus na walang aircon, you will be inhaling polluted air equivalent to 3 packs of cigarette. Ha? Can you imagine that? Ibabalik pa kayo. So ilan? 6 packs. Kaya pagdating nyo sa bahay, inspeksyonin nyo ilong nyo, kulay itim ang residue. Malangis ang mukha nyo. That is how dirty the air is in the Metro Manila. And if you don't believe me, see it for yourself. Go to Antipolo at 6 o'clock in the morning and look down at Ortigas. And you will see dirty smog covering Ortigas. Kaya I always tell people, don't jog in the morning. Because if you jog in the morning, lahat yung pasok sa baga. No wonder, at number 1 sakit ng Pilipino, sipon, sinusitis, and rhinitis allergy. Now, kung akala nyo marumi na sa labas, hulaan ninyo. Alin ang mas maruming hangin? Sa labas ng bahay nyo o sa loob ng bahay nyo? Alin ang mas marumi ang hangin? Sa labas o sa loob ng bahay? Sino sabing sa labas? Taas kamay. Sino okay ba yan? Naka-camera kayo. Sino sabi sa loob ng bahay mas marumi ang hangin? Sino wala masabi? Baba naman kayo. Mas marumi sa loob ng bahay. Dahil lahat yan bit-bit nyo araw-araw. Mabuti pa sa labas, umuulan, nahuhugasan yung dumi. Sa loob ng bahay nyo, umuulan. Tumutulo siguro. Hindi umuulan. So where does all this dirt with small mites, that's called dust mites. And this is why children, our children, by they wake up, bahing ng bahing. Do you get the point? These are toxins. And there are toxins that we drink and eat, like the preservatives that you find in your food. Hindi ba? The wonder of all this is yung juice na nasa sachet o nasa pack, sa Tetra Pak. Yung orange juice does not contain orange. Pati yung kulay niya peke. Kulay peke, lasa peke, lahat peke. Puro preservative. And we let our children drink that daily. So they grow up full of toxins. And you know what? The good thing about this is your body will always take care of you. The body has been given by God a gift. It's called the inner doctor, the inner ear. Meron kang doktor sa loob mo eh. Hindi nga lang gumraduate sa UST. Pero galing sa Lord, kay Lord yun. And that doctor within you will try to protect you from any harm. And this is how that doctor does it. I'm going to show you. Diagram na. Every part of your body is made up of a cell. That's you. But to protect you from toxins, the body has barriers or a series of walls. Maraming wall yan. Dingding. Para hindi makapasok ang toxin. At ang unang dingding o wall na bumabalot sa atin ay your skin. You are covered from scalp to your soul. Skin. Para dyan lang sila sa labas. Pero ang dumi ho, yung toxin, it's not only in contact or in touch with you through your skin. Meron ding duming nalalanghap. Tama ba? So ito rin, from the tip of your nose hanggang sa baga, meron ding barrier, but not the skin. That barrier is a tissue, a piece of tissue called mucosa. Let me just draw that. A single layer tissue called mucosa. And the mucosa of your respiratory tract, konting science lang ha, para alam niyo, mamaya ma-appreciate niyo ito. May buhok yan. Diba? Iba-iba lang size. Dito, lalaki ng buhok. Pero habang papasok yan, paliit ng paliit. What is the purpose of this hair? Para saan yung buhok? Pansala, filter. So that when you inhale dirt, hindi diretso sa baga, sabit mo na yan dito. Sumasabit. At pag nasabit na yan, si mucosa magluluwa, maglalabas ng isang malagkit na tubig para ma-paralyze yan, hindi na siya bababa. Madidikit na siya dyan. At ang tawag sa tubig na yan ay mucus, galing sa mucosa. Sa Tagalog? Ha? Sipon. Alright, sipon pa ha? Huwag di problema yan. Sipon! At pag na-trap na siya ng sipon, this hair will start to move. Gagalaw. At ipapasa niya yan, dumi na yan, yung package na yan, pabalik kung saan ito nanggaling. So yung dumi na trap dito sa loob, umaakit yan hanggang dito. Eh pagdating naman dito, hindi naman pwedeng lumakad mag-isa yung dumi. Sabi, uwi na ako. So pipilitin niya yung reflex dyan sa loob. Makakati yan. And then you will sneeze. When we sneeze, we blow back into the environment thousands of mucus droplets carrying with it the dirt that you inhaled yesterday. That is called a reflex action. And that's the doctor within you trying to expel the dirt. Dito, minsan dito pala, gusto na ilabas. So, uubuhin ka. Paglabas doon, pagdahat mo may plema. Ito na lecture natin, no? Sipon plema. Alright. Now, pagkasa naman, yung dumi na yan, ho, eh, nagkukumpul-kumpul. Dumak sa Metro Manila, eh. Kaya hindi lang isa yung na-trap dyan, marami. Can we do something about this, Mike? Alright? At dahil maraming na-trap dyan, naging malapot. Kumain na ba kayo? I hope kumain na kayo, ha? Dahil iba yung pag-uusapan natin, malagkit, malapot, hindi na maitulak ng buhok. So they are stuck in the mucosa. And they become very itchy. At ubo ka ng ubo, ayaw lumabas. Kaya ubo mo hindi nawawala. Do you experience that? Yes! So what do we do? Huh? You cannot put your finger and take it out. This is the time when you should be taking a mucolytic agent. At ano yung kilala niyo mucolytic? Huh? Robitussin. Water is one of the most powerful mucolytics. And number 2, advertisements spica tea. This contains 5 herbs, but 3 of them are powerful mucolytics. Pinalulusaw yung malapot, malagkit na flema. So pag uminom kayo nito, after a while, ubuhin kayo. Ibig sabihin nun, maluwag na. Yung ubo nyo ngayon, may tulog na. Para lumabas yung flema. So pag umuubo ka at sinisipon ka, huwag mong pipigilan. Tutulungan mo. Because coughing is a reflex of the body. The body is trying to get rid of this dirt. Can you imagine that? Galing, no? Wonderful. Minsan naman nahalulun yung dumi. Hindi plema. Diba naman ito? Yung plema na rin, gusto nyo. Sundan na natin. At maruming nalulun mo, maiirita ngayon yung mucosa ng stomach mo. Resulta? Vomiting. Vomiting is another way of the body trying to get rid of that dirt. Pero minsan kung konti lang yung toxin na pumapasok, hindi masyadong na iirita yung mucosa, nakalulusot pa yan sa large intestine. At doon naman siya mag-i-irritate. So doon naman siya magsusuka. Dito naman sa kabila. Sumusuka. And it's called diarrhea. Again, that is the body's attempt to expel or get rid of. Do not stop them. Just take a lot of water with electrolytes so that you do not dehydrate. Imagine this. Look at that child. Tatlong klase ng karaniwang sakit ng bata. Rashes. Ano pa? Ubo-sipon and suka. Ano yun? This is child's way of getting rid of toxins. Do not be afraid. Many of you mothers, pag nakita sumusuka, takbo ka ba sa ER? Di ba? Tapos makikita nyo, kayo rin napapainom nung pedya lang. Tapos kung magsisigili pa kayo ng doktor, 1,000. Ako naman napainom hindi ba? Sa ER kayo. Parang metro ng taxi yan. Pag sumampa ka dyan, pumapatak na yan. Huwag nyo nang dalhin, kayo na magpainom. Alam nyo na kung bakit sumusuka, dumudumi, nakaka-rashes, inuubo, sinisipon. The child's inner doctor is trying to get rid of. Wonderful. Kaya sila mas madalas magkasipon, hindi kaysa tayo, di ba? Dahil sila maganda ang inner doctor. And these toxins will daily attack us. Some of them never get past by the barrier. Some of them attack the barrier. And when they do that, they are going to be met by white blood cells. Yung guards ng ating katawan. Our immune system. They will have a fight in that area. And mamamaga yung area na yan, mamumula, kakapal. And we call that inflammation. It means there is a battle going on. So when your toxins strike the barrier, this barrier called skin, magkakaroon niya ng mamamaga. And we call that rashes. Or the technical term for that is dermatitis. Pag namamaga, lalagdagan nyo na ng itis, no? Pag namamaga ang appendix, pag namamaga ang skin, is dermatitis. Right? Or sa English, rashes. Sabi nila, yung mahirap daw at saka yung mayaman, iba ang tawag sa dermatitis. Pag mayaman, uy, may rashes ka. Allergy. Pag mahirap, galis. Bunin. Diba? So, pag tinanong kayo, uy, ano meron sa'yo? Kung sabihin galis, rich tayo eh. Rashes. May rashes ako pero pareho lang yun. Okay, next. Pag nalanghap mo yung toxin at yung mucosa ng loob ng ilmo ang namaga, babahin ka ng babahin, magkakaroon ka ng running nose. Now, what do you call that condition?
Sinusitis. Sinusitis.
Rhinitis. Rhino means horn. The Greek word is rhino horn. Kaya ito, rhinitis. Ang inatake yung mucosa ng lalamunan mo, paglulog mo, masakit. Ano tawag doon? Ha? Pharyngitis. Di ba kayo tumatama? Okay. Next, sa dami ng bisita ni doktor, di nyo pa alam, ha? Ang inatake yung mucosa ng voice box mo. Minamalat ka ngayon? Hindi ka makapagsalita. Ha? Very good, laryngitis. Yeah, now you're getting it. Yung mucosa ng main highway ng hangin papunta sa baga ang namamaga. And this is called the bronchus. Galing yung bronchitis. Yung lungs ang namamaga. Ano? Tuberculosis. Laryngitis. Nag-invento yata kayo, hindi ko nabasa yun ah. Pneumonia or pneumonitis. See? Nalulun ang dumi. Namamaga ang mucosa ng stomach. Suka ng suka ang pasyente. Diagnosis? Gastritis. Galing. Pwede kayo mag-doktor. Ilang nag-aaral namin sa medicine. Pag ganyan-ganyan lang. Okay? Namamaga yung large intestine. Diarrhea. Anong tawag doon sa? Ha? Enteritis. Colitis is a very particular area. No? So, pareho sumusuka, pamudumi, gastroenteritis. Kahit rin yung doktor yun, sumasakit ko ba dyan? Opo. Sumusuka ba? Opo. Dumudumi ba? Opo. Gastroenteritis. See? Now, marunong na kayo. But again, these are what? Toxins attacking the barrier. In some cases, they still don't get inside your body. But in others, they pass through. They are going to break through the barrier. And when they do, before they go to the cell and do some damage, they will first go to the area around the cell. Right? The area, there is an area around the cell. And that area around the cell is full of fluid. Not necessarily water, no? But primarily water. Okay? Parang island siya. Paligid ng tubig. At yung fluid na yan contains many nutrients na pagkain ng cell. The nutrients in the fluid feed the cell. And the waste product of the cell is excreted to the fluid. Dr. Arnold Kissinger, father of modern histochemistry, gave that fluid space a name, the matrix. Matrix is the Latin for mother. Sabi niya, yan ang nanay ng cell. Yung fluid din nag-aalaga sa cell, pinakakain, tinatanggal ang dumi. And you know what? Your toxins will go directly to the matrix. Initially, no symptoms. But as the toxins begin to multiply and the toxins begin to accumulate, then they will eat, kakainin yung nutrient sa fluid, magugutong si cell. Number 2, si cell cannot excrete its waste product anymore kasi crowded din. So naiiwan niya sa loob ng cell. Then the cell begins to suffer. Wala pang sakit, but it's suffering already. Then you will start feeling symptoms na pagka kinuha yung dugo nyo, in-x-ray kayo, in-ECG kayo, lahat normal. But you feel these symptoms. What are the symptoms? I'd like you to pay attention because I know some of you experience these symptoms. Number 1, you feel tired. Pagod ka na. Madali kang mahapo. Sa tanghali, antukin ka. Nakay mamata niya? My UST professor would always say, there are 2 kinds of students I don't like in my class. Those who talk and those who talk. So which is it? How many of you, pagka tinatanghali, parang ang bigat-bigat ng mata? Pagsakay sa jeep, pagbayad sa driver, mama, bayad. Sarap pa ng tulog. Buti na lang, alam niya kung saan bababa. Kahit nakapikit yung katawan, marunong bumaba yung katawan mo. Dahil pag marami ka na bababa, gigising ka, mama, dito na ako para. Di ba? How many of you mothers would tell your children, matulog ka ng tanghali ha? Kundi hindi ka lalaki. Pero sa totoo lang, tutulog ba yung mga bata? Sino tutulog? Because the children are full of energy and the nanais, full of toxin. Tired, di ba? How many of you, nahuhuli kayo ng mga misis nyo, nanonood ng TV, tapos sa kalagitnaan na palabas, tulog. Pero pagkahawakan na yung remote, ops, nanonood ako. Weary, di ba? And you think it's old age? No, it's not. It is what? Toxin. Number 2, kung masyado kang antukin sa araw, sa gabi naman, hindi ka makatulog. You toss, you turn, you cannot sleep. Insomnia. Di ba? Alas 4 na, tumitira ako ng manok, gising ka pa. Sana sinabayan mo na lang yung manok. Insomnia. What else? Poor memory, poor concentration. How many of you mothers, pag tatawagan niyo isang anak niyo, nagro-roll call muna kayo ng mga anak. Bago niyo maalala yung pangalan ng anak niyo. Pedro, Esteban, Maria, Jose. Di ba? Halika na rito, hoy, halika na rito. O, paborito niyo kataga, dito ko lang nilagay yun, Dito ko lang pinatong. Sana nga ba yun? Alam ko, dito ko tinago yun, Yun! Makakalimutin. Di ba? Tapos pag binigyan mo ng pera, nakakalimutan na nabigyan ng pera. Pero pag may utang, hindi makakalimutan. Alright, next! Lethargy means you don't have the drive. You wake up in the morning and you're bored. You don't want to do anything. Diba? You drag yourself to work. You don't have the creativity, the energy for anything. Next, pain. 80% of the women in my practice complain of low back pain. Balakang masakit. Sino kaya guilty rito? Number 1. Number 2, migraine. Number 3, arthritis. Kaya babata pa, pero pag gumising, hindi na may tapak yun. Aray ko. Pain, right? Next, irritability. Maikli ang pasensya. Mainitin ang ulo. Ayaw ng mga mahabang lecture. Mga doktor na matadaldal. Tapos na ba yung doktor na yan? Ang init naman dito. Gusto ko na umuwi. Wala kang merienda to. Hindi ba? Ayaw ng mahabang pila. Ayaw ng mga batang tumatakbo sa paligid nila. Irritable. And so many people are like that. Diba? So many wives wake up in the morning, bunganga na kagad. Ang mga mister. Pag yung misis niya nagsasalita, nagbubunganga, palalahanan niyo, honey, marami ka na naman toxin. Hindi ka na naman nag-RTGL. Kainit na naman ang ulo mo. Relax, honey, ha? Ang puso mo. Diba? Irritable. Iyaan. Mister, come on. And this is common actually sa women. I hear a lot of women complain, Doc. Parang malungkot ako. May problema ka ba? Wala. Nag-away ba kayo ni Mister? Hindi. Pera? Mayroon. Pero parang malungkot ako, Doc. Gusto kong umiyak. I know some of you, or a lot of you are, malungkot. Gusto nyo umiyak lang. Pag Mister, pag nakita isang araw yung misis nyo, nasa isang sulong at umiiyak, pabayaan nyo lang. At sabi mo lang, honey, alam ko dyan ka masaya. Suportahan ka. Ito tissue. Di ba? And women don't understand why. But I know you know what I'm talking about. Di ba? And next, functional imbalance. Di ba yung mga women, yung bisita nila buwan-buwan, hindi na dumarating buwan-buwan. Paminsan-minsan na lang, quarterly. Minsan, semi-annually, semestral. At ang masakit nito, yung iba, nagbabakasyon na lang. Once a year, annually. Honey, siguro bakasyon na. Bakit? May bisita na ako. You see? All of these are signs and symptoms that your cell is starting to get weak. Why? Because there are so many toxins that are interfering with its normal function. If you go to a doctor, I'm a doctor of medicine, but most doctors I know, including myself, when we see all this, we just scratch our heads. Ano kaya problema nito? Stress siguro. Depressed siguro. And when we give drugs, we give one for tiredness, one for, ito para sa poor memory, like B. Para sa insomnia, tranquilizer, lethargy, bigyan ka ng vitamin, bigyan ka ng pain reliever, bigyan ka ng ganito, and you end up going with lots of medicine in your hand, di ba? One for every 2, every 3, every 4, every 5, every 6, every 8 hours. When actually the culprit is just toxin. And if you don't do anything about that toxin, guess what? They will go inside the cell and do two possible harm. And this harm, itong karamdaman na matatamo nyo, ito yung kinamamatay ng marami. Number one, toxins can cause cellular malfunction or destruction. Your cells will no longer function normally. Example, cholesterol is a normally occurring cell in the body. Actually, cholesterol is good for the body. Ang problema lang is this: the normal cholesterol just slides over the walls of your artery. Dumudulas lang yan. Madulas yan, hindi madikit. However, when a cholesterol cell is attacked by a free radical toxin, that cholesterol cell begins to be sticky, malagkit. Then it will cling to the wall of your artery. If this is your artery, it will cling to the wall of your artery. Didikit dyan. At babara ngayon yung cholesterol. Normally, dumudulas yan. Pero pag tinamaan ng free radical toxin, nagiging maliit, dumidikit. Then the body has to push this away. Result, hypertension. Subukan nyo kumuha ng hose. Lagay nyo sa gripo. Buksan nyo yung gripo. Di ba maganda yung daloy ng tubig? Then you put your finger at the hole. Siguro, just to obstruct it a little bit. Konti lang. Huwag mo takpan mabuti. Konti lang. Ano mapapansin nyo sa daloy ng tubig? Lumalakas ang presyo, sumisirit. Yan ang nangyayari sa loob ng katawan natin. Hina-high blood. Unfortunately, when you go and see a doctor, the doctor may not deal with the obstruction, but will deal with the pressure that is pushing the obstruction. Ang gagawin niya, imbis na tanggalin yung kamay, hihinaan yung bukas ng gripo. Ganyan ang ginagawa ng anti-hypertensive. Pinapababa lang yung blood pressure, but is not doing anything to the obstruction. Ano resulta? The obstruction will stay there for a long, long time. It will gather minerals called calcium. And as soon as it does, this is going to be cemented and will become permanent and as strong as your teeth. Permanent na yan. Yung high blood mo, hindi na mawawala. Kasi hindi inalis yung bara eh. Binabalang yung pressure eh. That is the problem with normal medication. Kayo rin, pag hinaiblag kayo, automatically you go, di ba? And lower your blood pressure. You don't do anything about the cholesterol. It will stay there and become permanent. And if this artery happens to be in your heart, heart attack. Di ba? That is the problem. What else? Toxins do not only cause cellular malfunction that leads to chronic diseases. Toxins, unfortunately, cause cancer. Yung viruses, many of them, may mga bukol-bukol, mga warts, may mga myoma, many of them are caused by viruses. What else? Yung ini-inhale natin na dumi, mga toxic gases can cause lung cancer. Do you know this? Toxins can cause cancer. And how many people close to you died of cancer? I have one, my own mom. And the reason why I'm in DXN is that natulungan yung mother ko ng DXN. Had I known that RGGL would help her, I would have been more aggressive. But it was too late. When I gave it to her, it only shrunk the bukol and took away the pain. But I did not give enough to extend her life. Many people die of cancer because of toxins. And the bad news is, all of us here, maraming toxin. So what do we do about it? Anong ginawin natin dito? Dilinisin. Ano nilinisin? Iinom na shampoo. Paano nililisin? Well, there we go. The reason why we're doing this is because of this. We have discovered that the mushroom called lingshi, or in Japanese, reishi, or Ganoderma lucidum, contains many triterpenoids that act as internal cleansers. Kung sa labas, nagsasabong kayo, sa loob, ito ang sabon. Of course, dinulunin ito para tuskusin. No? May ingredient ito na kapag ininom natin, it starts detoxification. How? I'll show you. When you take RGGL for the first time, this is how detoxification works. Now, review. Toxins moved in from the outside to the barrier, from the barrier to the matrix, and from the matrix to the detoxification now, according to Herring's law of cure, will proceed in the reverse order. Nung pumasok from outside going in, healing now will take place from inside going outside. So, when you take RGGL, the first thing that your body will do is the cells will expel the toxins inside or within it. Yung nasa loob ng toxins, tuluwag, ilalabas ng cell. Saan sila pupunta? Magbabalikan sa matrix. At pag bumalik sila sa matrix, then you will start again feeling symptoms of toxins in the matrix. Like tiredness. What else? Insomnia. What else? Pain. Lethargy. Irritability. Paglalabasan ulit yan. So lalapit sa'yo ngayon yung client mo. Pare, ano ba yung binigay mo sa akin? Uminom ako ng RGL, imbis na gumanda pakiramdam ko, sumama ang pakiramdam ko. Naging antukin ako ulit. Hindi ako nakakatulog. Sumakit ang balakang ko. Tama? Natinig nyo na ba yan?
Yes.
Ano nangyayari sa kanya? Nag-detoxify. First phase. Niluluwa ng cell yung dumi sa matrix. Kaya bumabalik yung symptoms. So what do you tell your friend? What do you tell your friend? Tuloy lang! Continue! Diba? Naglilinis ka pa lang. So, pag nag-inom pa siya, the matrix now push the toxins out to the barrier. Ano mangyayari pag yung toxin na sa barrier? Kung dito lalabas sa skin barrier, rashes. Galis. Oh, bakit ako nagka-rashes? Siguro allergic ako dyan. Ang masakit dito, pag yung kliyente natin, nung lumabas yung rashes, pumunta sa doktor. Now, hindi wala akong kagay sa doktor ako. Pero pag pumunta sa doktor, Dok, tignan nyo nga ito. Tatanong yun ng doktor, ano yung huli mong kinain? RGGL, ay, allergic ka dyan. Tama?
Yes.
Ano sabihin ng doktor? Itigil mo na. So, tinigil ni kumare. Saan pupunta yung toxin? Babalik. Ano mangyayari sa rashes? Ano sabihin ni kumare? Oo nga. Allergic ako dyan. Allergy ba yun? That's detoxification reaction. So, manan yan, subaybayan mo si kumare. Sabihin mo kay kumare, Mare, yung rashes na yan, rashes, yan eh, lilipas din. Dahil kapag tuloy-tuloy mong ininom yan, ilalabas naman yan ang barrier back into the environment. And these toxins can go through the skin gate, the mucosa gate, the mucosa of your respiratory tract, kaya merong ubo-sipon, rhinitis, or the gastrointestinal mucosal tract, kaya may suka, dumi, diarrhea, constipation. You get the point? The toxins are trying to get out. That's all part of detoxification. It occurs within 1 or 2 weeks It is mild and you don't have to worry about it. It's not secondary to RGGL, but it's your dirt going out of your body. Correct? Huwag kayo matakot. Now, meron lang akong payo. Kung bago pa lang ang pasyente, do not give them high amounts of RGGL. Start with the lowest possible dose. 1 pair. Ano ibig sabihin nun? 1 RG and 1 every day. Huwag 10-10, 20-20, 30-30. Dahil pag naglabasa lahat yan, may rashes, may ubo, may sipon, may diarrhea, tapos nangangihinap, tapos hindi pa siya makatulog, may insomnia, may pain. Naku, pare, pinurusahan mo ko. Di ba? Kaya relax lang, daan-daan. Alam ko, gusto niyo mag-diamond. Kaya alam ko, gusto niyo mag-diamond, yung parusahan yung pasyente niyo. Kaya maray namin yan, 30-30, pare. Sigurado yan, after 1 month, 60,000 point value yan. Star Angel na, diamond ako. Kawawa naman si Kumarin yan. Di ba? Para lang mag-star agent siya at mag-diamond ka, lumabas lahat yung rashes, di makatulog, di maihi, di matae. Star agent ka naman. Di ba? Huwag yung parusahan ang pasyente. Hindi niya kasalanan, hindi ka diamond. 1 pair, 1 RG, 1 GL. Start with the least possible amount. Pag lumabas na yung detoxification, then that's the time to move up. So according to Hering's law of cure, healing will take place inside going out, up going down, from major organs to minor organs. Ganun ang resolution. Alright? So that you have to remember. And that is the reason why we are taking the mushroom, because the mushroom is one of the few herbs that can cause detoxification. Yung ibang mga produkto, you take and take and take, no detoxification. Ito you take, bukas, makalawa, meron ng cleansing reaction. Take advantage of this. With that, I end the first part of our lecture. I give you a stretching break. He's not my relative, ha? Although pareho kami yung bigot, eh. He is the first emperor of China. And his name is Qin Shi Huangdi. In fact, China was named, and I like this man because he loved the mushroom very much. He was in love with the mushroom. He was obsessed with the mushroom. Do you know why? Because stories were circulating back then that the mushroom can make you live forever. If you just eat the mushroom, it is called the herb of deathlessness. Wala nang kamatayan. And it was mentioned, it was said that anybody who ate even just the stem of the mushroom will live forever. So hinahanap niya yung mushroom. One day, he received a report. There was war in the Far East. And according to the report, soldiers who were killed in the war and who fall dead, as soon as they fall dead, ravens or uwak would come with mushroom in their beaks. And the ravens would put the mushroom on the faces of the dead soldiers. And according to the report, as soon as the mushroom touched the face of the dead soldier, that soldier will come back to life. Wow. Hindi, no? Kagawa ka na rin ng kwento, eh. Di ba matindi na rin? Ewan ko, invento yun, no? Pero yung alam naman ng chismis, eh. Na-intriga si kumpare. Nagpadala. Admiral Fu was sent with 500 of his people to look for the mushroom. Sad to say, to make the long story short, the Admiral never returned. Ang chismis, sinuwapang. Sinakita raw, pero sinarili niya, nagtayo siya ng emporium o ng mega mall ng mga mushroom. So, hindi niya natagpuan ang mushroom. He died without knowing the mushroom. But much later, the mushroom became part of China's ancient medicine. But what is important here is that, like one day, all of us would love to live for a long time. Tama ba? So, ibang mahaba ang buhay niyo? Yes! Sino gusto mahaba ang buhay? Taas kamay. Bakit hindi ka nagtaas? Di mahaba yan. Alright. What is a long life? According to Scripture, it is 120 years. That is the expiration date of the body. But how many people do you know live that long? Meron ba isa? Wala. Meron isa? Sino isa? Sino nung meron ditong lolo, lola, 120 years above? Wala. 138. Any other bid? Okay. 120, 138. Meron nagbiro sa akin to. Ako lola ko, 165. Oh? Oh, sobrang tanda na lang. Binaril na lang namin kasi ayaw mamatay-matay. Joke pala. Kala ko, kukunin ko pa naman yung pangalan. Binaril dahil ayaw mamatay-matay. Okay. The average lifespan of the Filipino is 68.7 years. Do you know this? It's only half of this. We were meant to live this long, but we are only living the half of this. What's wrong with us? Look. If you look at my list, this is the Department of Health list. Yung nakita niyo mga sakit kanina are all causes, they're all caused by toxins. High blood, heart disease is number 1. All toxins. Number 2 or 6. Alright? Except for accident, of course. Accident can be caused by a toxin. No? All of these are caused by living or non-living toxins. And so we really need the mushroom detoxification. And this herb has been discovered in China and given the name Ling Qi. Ling meaning a gift from God, and Qi meaning the energy that flows inside of us. Alright? And as early as 1578, it has been classified as a superior herb. If you go to Hong Kong today, yung mga pharmacy nila, yung mga Chinese pharmacies nila, they're still selling the wild Ganoderma. Alright? But I cannot guarantee the quality, no? Ang point lang dyan is they're still using this today, even for AIDS, cancer, and chronic fatigue syndrome. It's still in use today. And this mushroom has been given the botanical name Ganoderma lucidum. Gano means bright. Derma is skin. Kasi kung titignan niyo yung mushroom, the skin is bright. And lucidum meaning shining. This is a facsimile, no? This is the mushroom, by the way, dried mushroom. This is it. Okay? And as we in unang panahon, they do not cultivate this. They just look for this sa jungle. And this grow in the wild. Nakadikit sa mga trunk ng trees. Ang medium is wood, not soil, but wood. Hindi ito yung mga kabuti na natatapakan nyo, na tumutubo sa dumi ng kalabaw. No. Wood ito. Alright? And noong unang panahon, they did not know how to grow this commercially. Alright? But today, way back siguro early 70s, scientists discovered a way to grow this in the farm. And today, I'm proud to say that DXN has 40 to 50 acres in Malaysia, in Kedah, Malaysia, cultivating the mushroom Ganoderma lucidum. This mushroom has 6 other varieties, no? But we were able to hybrid one mother mushroom, and that's what we're using for our food supplement. So, dalawa po ang stage ng pag-harvest nito. We harvest them in 2 stages. One is in the early stage. At around 18 to 20 days, sprouts of white fibers. Sprout, no? Okay? 18 to 20 days. And these sprouts are called mycelium. Kulay white yan. If you let this grow for up to 90 days or 100 days, it produces the kidney-shaped fruit body, which I have in my hand right now. This is a 90 to 100 day old mushroom. And DXN has a 40-acre farm devoted to cultivating both the mycelium and let's put this out. The mycelium and the fruit body. In fact, I am also proud to announce that this coming June 8, 165 or so distributors and their spouses will be flown to Malaysia for a 5-day, 4-night, all expense-paid trip to the head office and to the farm. 160. Pero bakit hindi dito qualified? Alright? Wow! Pagpakalaman si ma'am, kasama yan sa Malaysia. Alright. Wonder, I'd like you to join us this time. This lady and 164 others will be flown to Kuala Lumpur. Then from Kuala Lumpur, 8-hour bus drive to the province of Kedah, where our head office is. And then 1 hour towards our farm. Tabi kasi ng bundok yung farm. 40 acres, pristine environment. We have a ISO 14,000 certified farm in Kedah and an ISO 9002 certified manufacturing facility beside it. Alright, nakita niyo kanina, di ba? That's where we're going. Alright? And you know what? As soon as we grow this, okay, pag-harvest yan, pagdating ng 90 days, we harvest this. And then, we freeze to make it dry. Hindi lang pwedeng ilagay sa ilalim ng araw kasi nagsiseparate yung spores. And that's not good, no? So maganda kasama yung spores, we freeze dry it, and then once it's dried, freeze dried, we crush it. And the fibers, yung sa ilalim, yung mga puti, they are separated from the fibers that are above. Yung fibers na nasa ilalim are turned into fine powder. The old mushroom is placed in capsules and is marketed as Reishi Gano or RG. So RG is the old or adult mushroom. Pero yung batang mushroom, yung mycelium, yung mga sprout fibers, ginagawang GL or Ganocilium. Alright? So sineseparate yung mga fiber that can be absorbed in the gut and the fiber that cannot be absorbed in the gut. The fiber that can be absorbed in the gut are all put in capsules. So every capsule is 100% mushroom powder. Yung iba nilalagay sa kape. Yung iba nilalagay sa toothpaste. Yung medyo coarse, magaspang, undigestible fibers, nilalagay sa ibang produkto natin, kagaya ng shampoo. Kaya yung shampoo, huwag itong inumin. Yung mga fiber na nalagay dyan ay hindi digestible. Alright? And of course, you don't drink shampoo. Nilalagay sa sabon, sa body foam, at kung saan ano pa. So every part of the mushroom walang tapon. We put them in our products. Alright? I'm going to talk to you introduce some of the products. Of course, RGGL is our main product, and I'll teach you in a short while how to recommend this to your friends. You want to know?
Yes.
Good. A short one. Next, the second most, and perhaps the first most popular, is 3-in-1 coffee. Bestseller. Amoy pa lang, kape na. Di ba? Wonderful. And you know what? Every sachet can even make up to 3 or cups of coffee, depending on your taste. But let me just tell you this. The coffee is a beverage. Don't treat it as a food supplement. Yes, it has a food supplement, but it is primarily marketed as a beverage. Kasi may limitation ito eh. Hindi mo naman pwede sabihin sa kumpare mo, "Oy pare, diabetic ka pala. Uminom ka nga ng mga 20 sachets ng 3-in-1 coffee." Ano, hindi pa bumababa yung sugar mo, gawin mo 21 sachets. Hindi mo pwedeng taasan. Hindi ba? Limited lang ito, mga 6 to 10 cups a day. Although this is still coffee, it contains the lowest or the least possible sa market na caffeine content at 0.6% per 100 grams. Imagine that. Oh, konti. Very, very little caffeine. Right? So this is the healthy alternative to the coffee that you're taking. And coffee is very popular in the Philippines. In fact, last year, we sold over 700 million pesos worth of coffee. Thanks to you. Diba? Every month, Malaysia consumes only 20,000 boxes. Philippines, 400,000 boxes of coffee every month. Alright, thanks to you. Kaya sabi nila, what do you do with the coffee? You Filipinos, you drink a lot of coffee. Sabi namin, no, we don't drink the coffee. We swim in it. We take a bath in it. Para maging diamond kami. Pinaligo na namin ito. So, this is a very, very popular, huh? Of course, there's a black version of this for diabetics, in sugarless coffee. Of course, this spikety, I already told you, but one of the very popular product din nito, third popular is the Ganoshi toothpaste. And the toothpaste is for? Walang sirti. Pinapaalala ko lang. Kasi, it's an all-purpose cream. Some ladies use it for their wrinkles, their freckles, their pimples, their boils, their sugat, their for everything. Di ba? Some ladies put them in their underarm, whatever. Di ba? Sa athlete's foot, effective naman. One clinic in Lawag. Every time there is a patient that comes into the clinic and the complaint is diarrhea, they would get a teaspoon, put a squirt of Ganoshi toothpaste into the teaspoon, mix it with warm water, and let the patient drink it. Within 15 minutes, stop ang diarrhea. Then they charge 500 pesos. Si ER eh. ER. So ito, namin bitbit nito kasi if you have problems, you drink it, you have hyperacidity, take a squirt of this, put it in warm water, and yes, you can drink it. And you know what? Some other creative ladies use this as feminine wash. Ito na ginagamit, dinalaktasin, ito na. Sabi ko, bakit siya? Kasi ito, malamig ang pakiramdam. At pag ginamit ko, amoy bagong subilyo. Sabi ko, okay lang yan. Huwag lang kayong gagamit ng toothbrush, ha? Pag nilalagay ninyo, hindi, masakit yan. So, that's all right, no? And this is so popular that Dr. Lim wants to come up with an all-purpose Ganoshi cream. Tatanggalin yung menthol. Alright? Maganda sa mga mayroong mga muscle pain. And this you don't have to massage. Papahid lang ninyo sa area na masakit. Kahit tuhod, yung merong rayuma, hindi nyo na kailangan bumulong-bulong. Oh, bus pa, yung gas mo. Parang bulong-bulong yan. Pahid lang. Alright? It improves the blood circulation in the area and flushes out the toxins in that area. It's also wonderful sa mga psoriasis, skin disease, scalp problems. This you can apply also. Okay? What else do we have here? Of course, the body foam and the shampoo, you know where to put them, right? Okay. So, you know what? DXN is so easy to do. Dr. Lim has chosen products that are so easy to share. You don't even have to tell people how to use them. Sabihin mo lang ang kape, alam na kung paano gamitin ang kape. Tama? Sabihin mo lang shampoo, alam na kung saan lalagay yung shampoo. Sabon, alam mo kung saan ipapahid yung sabon. So it's very easy. Our advantage is, in each and every one of these products, mayroong Ganoderma Lucidum. Now let me go back to RGGL. How do we recommend RGGL? No? I know you have tons of questions. Para sa ganitong sakit, para sa ganyang sakit, para sa ganito, what do I give? Alright? This one you have to write down. And if you memorize this by heart, you can be certified as a Ganotherapist. This is also my recommendation chart. Start up, nagsisimula for detoxification or for maintenance. Wala naman sakit. Recommend 1 pair only per day. 1 pair only. 1 RG and 1 Doc, maga o hapon? Anytime. Before or after meals? Anyway. Magkasama o magkahiwalay? anyhow. Basta inumin nyo, basta mainom nyo, kahit paano, pwede yan, kasi food supplement yan. So wala ng timing ngayon. Kaya sabi ni Dr. Lee, huwag lang ilalagay sa ilong nyo. Ayos tayo. Huwag lang padaanin sa ilong. Gagaling kayo. Alright. So kung maintenance is startup, you start with the least possible amount. By the way, RG is the primary detoxifier. GL is the primary rebuilder. Alright? And so for children, 2 years old and below, we just recommend the GL. Because they do not have a lot of toxins here. So 2 years old and below, GL. For pregnant women, as long as pregnant, do not treat. Hintayin nyo naman mga anak si Miss bago nyo pagalingin ang kanyang karamdaman. So para kay Mrs., GL is preferred. Para gumanda ang building up ng brain ni baby at si Mrs. din maging malakas for birth, childbearing, and giving birth. Paliwanag? GL lang. Okay? Yung merong kidney problem, mag-ingat kayo kasi mataas din, may konting potassium ito ang ating RGGL. Lalo na yung mga bago na nagda-dialysis, I recommend only the GL. Why? Because the kidneys are primary detoxifying organs. And if they both destroyed, saan palalabas yung ibang toxins? So you have to build the kidney first. So GL muna. As pag nag-improve na yung dialysis niya, meron dito, no, from every other day to every other week, there's a time to give RG for detoxification. But as a rule in general, adults are given 1 pair of RG and GL daily. Next, after detoxification, and you see the patient needs more, all right, then you have to go up after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks. Tapos na detoxification, and you see that the patient needs more, then it's time for balancing and strengthening. Then it's time to go up. How? Kung less serious ang sakit, alright, by the way, I have to, you know, because I don't have the time, I'm also the marketing manager of DXN, besides becoming the medical director. Please forgive me if I don't have time for diagnosis anymore. I used to have a clinic here every Saturday way back now, last year, where I allow people to see me and I give a diagnosis. But in the interest of time and because of my responsibilities, please go and see your doctor first. Get a diagnosis. No, ano ba ito? Ano ba yan? So pag hindi pa alam, go and find out first. See a doctor. Pasensya na po kayo because of my responsibilities. I have to go around the country. I cannot see you and give you a diagnosis. Okay ba yan?
Yes.
So go and see a doctor, and then when you have a diagnosis, you can come and I will help you by giving you a recommendation. However, you can just listen to me right now and you can recommend it to yourself. Diba? So after 1 week or 2 weeks and nag-detoxify ka na, then you still have a problem. Diba? Less serious ang problema mo naman, meaning meron ka lang infections or occasional hypertension or occasional this and that, nothing permanent. Alright? Occasional attacks of asthma perhaps, less serious, then you want to go to 2 to 4 pairs every day. 2 to 4 pairs every day. Alright? Now, if you see the problem is more than less serious, it's moderately serious, meaning paulit-ulit na yun, mataas na yung blood pressure mo, hindi na bumababa, pero yun lang ang problema mo, o kaya yung asthma mo, nahihirapan ka pa-control, or you have a hormonal imbalance, alright, or an endocrinal imbalance, meron kang thyroid problems, etc., etc., then it is called moderately serious because it's always there. Then you need to go maybe up to 4 to 6 pairs every day. That's a recommendation of Dr. Lee. Okay? Taasan na. At pag nagtaas kayo, when you go up every week. 2 pairs today, 3 pairs next week, and 4 pairs next week. Or you can go 2 pairs today and 4 pairs next week. That's the way to go up. Alright? But if you have a very serious disease, Meaning you have more than one. High blood plus diabetes, plus rheuma, plus high cholesterol, plus etc. Then, at the serious, 6 to 8 pairs a day. Right? Shortcut ito, shortcut. But it's all, actually, mas a book, the DXN Ganotherapy, the yellow one, it's all in there. But I'm telling you, this is a guideline that you can follow. Okay? Para madali matandaan. Tumors, bukol, benign and early stage cancer, 10 to 15 pairs. Recommendation every day. Di ba ito masyado mataas yan? Well, RGGL, the mushroom, is as safe as any vegetable that you eat. It is as safe as your tomato. How many tomatoes should you eat to kill you? That's ridiculous. Diba? How many tomatoes should you eat to make you feel good? The more, the better. Ganun din dito. Right? This is a vegetable. But we don't eat this vegetable like this. The Chinese have tried to do it, and they said, this is as tough as your leather shoe. Tigas daw na kasing kunat ng sapatos. So, yun ang subukan. At kasing pait dahil may triterpenoids, napakapait nito. So, ito hindi na subukan, kainin. Kaya nga ginagawa na lang capsule, iniinom. Okay? So, this is how you recommend this. Terminal cases. Pag sabing terminal, and now, the end is near. Alright. Kaya tayo kumanta rito. Pakamulan. Pagka terminally ill, many have found relief with our mega dose.
Wow.
30 pairs. Hindi bottles, come on. 30 pairs per day. And here's what you do. You buy 500 ml of distilled water. Hindi shampoo. Sample lang ito. Mamaya shampoo pa inom nyo. 500 ml of distilled water. Bawasan nyo ng mga 1/3. Then put 30. Tanggalin nyo yung capsule. Just the powder. And 30 of the GL also. Just the powder. Then put back the excess water. Close it, shake it 50 times like this, and let the patient drink this within 2 hours. Papait. But then, the end is near. And so you have to face. Alright, so, ulitin ko lang ha, kasi mga nasa likod, hindi shampoo ha. Hindi ko recommend mo, kunwari lang. Kasi sabi na, nakita ko si Sidong, ginawa ka yung shampoo eh. Tapos diniminonstra, lagyan daw ng capsule. Paka-shampoo ay painom nyo. Sabi ko, distilled water. Right. Recommendation. Now, listen. This is not a drug. This is a food supplement. Doc, my patient cannot afford it. Then whatever your patient can afford, that you give. Di ba? Wala ka magagawa. Basta regular lang. Dahil food supplement na ito. Pero kung kaya, follow this. And we have many cases, no? Breast cancer, leukemia, polycythemia vera. By the way, times 2 months ago. Then go back to this. Alright? No, do not start with 1 pair. Straight to 30-30. Because we're talking of terminal illness. Baka pag pinakyat, tapos na ang boxing. Kapag ka doon, uy, nasa na si Kumari, ito na yung 30 niya. Wala na ho. Late. And start at doon sa mataas kagad. Alright? So please, recommendation only. This is not a hard and fast rule. Okay? Not a hard and fast rule. You can go up or down. Meron dyan, 1 pair pa lang, tapos na, okay na. 2 pairs, di ba? It depends. So, wala ho, alam mo, our bodies are a wonderful organism tayo eh. Sometimes we respond early on, sometimes we don't. It depends. Sometimes we don't respond at all. So, we don't guarantee anything except that when you take this, this is the general recommendation. Okay? Now, yung mga special cases, yung mga hindi daw nahirapan ng magka-baby, meron silang ginagamit na special formula, which is called the DXN Viagra.
Ano yan?
Okay, it helps men who cannot salute anymore. Okay, mga lalaki na malungkot. Alright, so this is the DXN Viagra. And this is how it's recommended, no? Okay, not for adults lang ito, ha? So children, close your ears. 1 coffee, 3-in-1. 1 3-in-1 coffee. Lagyan ng 4 na GL, tanggalin sa capsule. Okay, add 1 egg yolk, yung pula. Plus 1 scoop of honey. Put everything in a mug. Add hot water. Mix well. And drink 30 minutes prior to performance. Ulitin ko, drink, iinumin, hindi isasawsaw. Kaya ko inulit siya kasi pinagtanong, sasawsaw mo ba? Wala ko sinasabing ganyan. Hindi ito panlinis, no? Ito yung inumin ng tunay na lalaki. Okay, so drink. Okay? 4-1-1-1 formula. May mayroong couple sa Cebu na 9 years sila hindi magka-baby. They decided, sabi lang, it's time to do it this month. So they took a 2-week leave. 2 linggong bakasyon. And nagtimpla silang pitsil-pitsil ng 4-1-1-1. At walang labasan. 2 linggo. Staying alive. Alright? And after 2 weeks, the next month, the woman became very pregnant. Again, of course, condition nilang katawan yan, ha? And only God can give you a baby by the way, ha? We're not guaranteeing anything. Just saying that it helps with the energy level. Babae lalaki should take the 4-1-1 recommendation. Okay? Alright, so this is how you recommend the products of DXN. Napaka-simple, nothing to worry about. You don't have to be doctors to know this. You just have to take this and recommend this on a regular basis. And with that, let me just show you, okay, a few more things before we close. If you look at the G and GL, you will find that both of them contain the